And welcome. Looky there, there's a John boy. Hey, John. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elephants and zebras, and gypsies and... Okay, I'm still working on it. So I received an interesting response to a comment I made on a YouTube video. And I thought I would I wanted to make a video, but I didn't have anything to talk about, so I thought I'd make a video about that comment. The person called me a right-wing fascist. Really? Oh, well, let's examine this. Let's examine this. Let's use logic. I know logic is very difficult for a lot of people. Look at. Yeah, don't listen to the back sounds in the background. I mean, where to start? I mean, that's so ridiculous. What started it was that I mentioned on a video that fascism was a left-wing philosophy, not right-wing, and that's true. It is. It is a socialist philosophy. It is one of many forms of socialism. I am from Francoist Spain. I opposed Franco. I lived in the United States in fear of Franco's people because I dared speak out against him and his regime. Because I know what they do. Well, then again, you know, the communists do it too. Oh, that's right. Communism, socialism, fascism all fit really nicely into one little group. Yes, they do. Now, as for Adolf Hitler, he was an avowed socialist. He said all he did was improve on the ideas of Marx. He said that he applauded communists for their willingness to take action. He actually referred to Franco as a right-wing reactionary. Remember, there's a reason that the National Socialist People's Party, or what was it, the National Socialist Workers' Party, was called socialist, because there was no true private property in fascism. Everything was in reality owned by the state. There was a facade of private property that it didn't really exist. Oh, gee, see, I haven't dealt with this issue in so long. I don't have notes in front of me. I don't have books that in front of me, etc. So, you know, I'm kind of winging it here. But yes, fascism is socialism. There's a reason that Hitler signed a pact with Stalin. And there's a reason Stalin got so upset when Hitler broke it, because Stalin thought he was his friend and ally. Stalin went into a deep depression for at least a week, locked himself in a room, because he was so upset that his dear friend had betrayed him. Because Hitler and Stalin liked each other until the end, of course. Eventually they didn't, but Hitler didn't really like anyone. Stalin didn't really like anyone. But Stalin thought Hitler was different, you know. He wasn't. But as for me being a right-wing fascist, let's see. I believe that people should, generally speaking, be left alone as long as they're not harming other people. You know, leave people alone. How is that right wing? You know, remember, socialism was a right-wing philosophy, not a left-wing philosophy. Okay, socialism, Marxism, Marx was a right-wing reactionary. He disliked democracy. He disliked the Industrial Revolution. He disliked the fact that people had more time on their hands. They had more money. The standard of living was going up. He never visited a factory, etc., 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 etc. And he only took a bath 2 or 3 times every 5 or 10 years. You can actually go to his own family members who talked about that. That he was a dirty, stinking old man. But, anyway. You know, me, it's like, you know, you're not harming somebody, then hey, you know. What can I say? So I don't, you know, you want to call that right wing, then go ahead, but you don't know what you're talking about. And like I said, I am from Spain, and there was a particular dictator in charge at the time. Yes, there was. And I opposed that particular dictator. That particular dictator was political friends, with El Duce and Hitler. Actually, you know what? There is a town, a city near us where there is a person that leads a little pack of idiots who's a little fascist pig. Yeah, he's north of here. But I won't get into that. But they're so easy to criticize. They make themselves easy to criticize. But you want to call me right wing, that's fine, because you don't know what you're talking about. You're a freaking idiot. So, have a good life.